All through my childhood, my mum told me breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And there's no better way to start it off than with a big pile of granola. Hello there and welcome back to Brew Report, where this week I'll be tucking into breakfast with this, the Granola New England IPA from Unbarred. Now, it's not terribly long since we last visited Unbarred. You remember from the review we did for the Bueno Shake. This is a brewery down in Brighton. It's not too far away. And I had the good fortune to see them exhibiting at Brew London. This, in particular, stood out as being one of the exceptional beers they had on offer. So I'm going to take you through that today. In this video, I'm going to tell you how Granola New England IPA tastes, how it looks, what's the aroma like, and most importantly, is it a good beer for you? Let's get cracking. Starting, as always, with the can, and again, as before with Unbarred, we've got another beautiful can. You've got that really striking motif, the fist bursting out of the bowl of granola with the spoon in hand. It's sort of peachy, pinky orange in colour, which sort of gives you an idea of the peachy, apricot-y flavours to come. And generally, it looks pretty striking and very inviting. The can also tells us that it is 6% alcohol by volume, and that it contains wheat and barley, which of course means it's not suitable for people with gluten intolerances. It contains honey, so depending on the flavour of vegan you are, how you view honey, that may or may not be suitable for you. So just taking a look at the liquid inside the can, we've got this very hazy, sort of quite dark, peachy orange colour liquid with a fairly close structured white, just off-white head. What you really notice about it though when you open it is just the smell. This thing reeks of peaches and apricot, and no wonder, because of course there's peaches and apricot mixed in with the beer in the brewing process. So you get a lot of that sort of very stone fruit, sweet fruitiness coming out of that on the aroma. There's also a touch of malt on there perhaps, a little bit of oat. Again, there's oat milk in here, so that's not really a surprise. But generally, it smells less like a beer and more like a breakfast, which I think to some degree is what they're going for. You've also got those El Dorado and Amarillo hops in the mix there, which is only really adding to that juicy, fruity aroma. Okay, so as you would expect, tons more stone fruit on the palate. Tons of apricot, tons of peach. It's very soft. It's got quite a creamy mouthfeel, decent amount of effervescence, but not so much that it takes away from that smooth, creamy mouthfeel. That's also being backed up by that amount of oat in there, the wheat helping to thicken that texture up a bit. You do get a touch of that honey, that floral sweetness, and you do get some more of those slightly more orange notes, those tropical fruit notes from the hops, the Amarillo and the El Dorado in there. It's very soft, very low in bitterness. This is very much like a juice-forward beer. There's a lot of fruit juice in the mix here. There's very little bitterness to speak about here. The finish is quite long. That sweetness, that juicy sweetness really lingers on the tongue. And it's, actually quite heavy going because there's so much of that juicy flavour there. But that's no bad thing. At 6%, I don't want to be chugging this down quickly. I want to be savouring it, enjoying every last sip. And that is exactly what I'm going to do with this one. This is really quite a nice one to be recommending because it has a pretty broad range of appeal. On the one hand, I'm comfortable recommending this to real hop enthusiasts, people seeking out the juiciest, freshest, fruitiest beers on offer because it has all of that really intense stone fruit and citrus aroma. But on the other hand, I'd feel really confident recommending this to somebody who's a bit newer to the world of beer, somebody who's not so comfortable with those really intensely bitter flavours you could often get from heavily hopped beers. It's very sweet, it's very juicy, and in that sense it's quite accommodating to a palate that's not maybe as accustomed to those bitter flavours. That's about enough from me. What I want to hear now is, what did you think? Have you tried this beer? Have you tried, are there other Granola New England IPAs, or is this the first of its kind? Whatever your thoughts, put them down in the comments down below. If you liked this video, do subscribe to the channel, check out the rest of my content, and of course, you'll find fresh beer reviews and content every Sunday at brewreport.co.uk. And until next time, happy drinking.